Something on my social media about, there are 99 women running.
Yeah.
And of course, I don't know, 4 idiots had to just take incredible offense to how dare we make it a woman thing, right? If you're out there and you just want to get mad about like
everything,
the silliest things.
Everything.
I'm currently in a battle on Facebook between people who are supporting me because my original primary ad I had to cut my hair myself because COVID, right? And so I admit, my hair is a little mullety in the video, but I didn't think it looked that bad.
I was going to say, your hair never looked that bad.
So now we have a battle between people who are not voting for me because #female mullet and people who are voting for me because #female mullet. So bring it on, voters. Bring it on. People are unique, unusual, amazing creatures, which is why we should let them be their own best selves and stop trying to control. Yep. And so just to remind folks, this is the issue about moving the charter. So it's to move the charter commission, to move the schools out from under the tax cap so that they can create their own taxing authority.
No, that's not what they tell you, of course.
No, but that is what it is. From what and it was badly written. There was a lawsuit. The process that they laid out themselves was not followed. So quite frankly, all of it should have just gone back to the drawing board. If we do something wrong, instead of leaning into it and making wrongs wronger and wrongest, we could just, be like, whoops, we made a mistake. Let's fix this next time and go forward from there. Of course, they didn't do that. And so I think what that wording is trying to get rid of that law that was written. That's what I think is going on.
That law could be. So they did. They mucked up the existing laws allowed the people of Manchester, either via petition like we did with the tax cap or via the alderman, to place a question, a binding question on the ballot. They can also put non-binding questions, but binding question on the ballot. Shall we amend the charter? Blah, 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 blah. And then when you go in and vote, you would vote whether or not you want to change the charter. That we've changed the tax cap twice, so we've had 3 different votes, I think, on the tax cap. We changed something else recently. Last year, there was a question about changing the ward lines in Ward 6 because they needed to shift it a little. It happens all the time. We are able to change the charter at the voting booth. But then you're right. I think maybe Pat Long's bill, which became law because nobody really was paying attention to it, complicated that simple process and now says,
because I think that introduced some kind of duty in terms of the charter.
Whatever
so anyway,
it is,
back home, folks, vote no.
No.
It's a mess. Let's rather scrap it all, and then we have new leadership who's eager and healthy and spry and ready to go and rock and roll. Then we can fix these problems. But it's not going to create a better Manchester, because if there's one thing folks have to remember too, is everyone keeps saying we need more money.
No.
But we've given more and more and more and more money, and it hasn't solved the problem. So we have to put on new thinking caps and go, okay, if more money isn't solving the problem, what are the problems and how do we solve them? Here's the other thing too, is, no problem is insurmountable. We're in these stakes where everyone is just so binary and it's like this or this,
It's like, well, wait.
It's maybe we don't have to pretend the stakes are so high and that everything, the world's going to end if.
Well, that's
just realize, hey, these are all things that we can solve. Your point about the union, I am pro-union as long as it's voluntary.
That's what I was saying.
So if you want to be in a union, and as long as you're not forcing everyone to join your union because you say that's the only way we can collectively bargain, it's no, you can convince you and your friends, and then you guys can work together to try and get what you want. But you can't make everyone do what you want. If we explain to people in the shortest way to understand socialism is one group of people making everyone else do what they want. Right. So do you want to live in that world? Because I don't. Because, I always use this example. You're on an airplane. Yep. Stand at the back of the plane and watch what people are watching on their little screens. There is not one person on an airplane watching the same thing at the same time.
Because people are all unique.
Because we're different. And so why are we moving towards a society where we're saying you must do these things? The more we say that, the more upset people are. And here we are in 2020 where everyone's like, raw! And it's like, the raw is because government is too big. If we just dial it back a little bit, if we just let everyone breathe, maybe we take a few steps back, we go, what are the real problems and how can we solve them? Instead of this sort of reactionary stuff. So that was a very long way of saying maybe this year, because there wasn't the compromise and there wasn't all the amendments. Because I think a lot of times when they're doing the amendments, we're making it worse and worse and worse because
we're just making it less bad so that more people would vote for it.
Right, and less bad is still not good. So like, it's not going to be a better Manchester. It's going to be a bad Manchester if you vote, so just vote no on that one.
Definitely.
I ask for your vote on November 3rd. Together, we can live free and thrive.